Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
And she's like, I'm not going to have time to go shopping for everybody. So when you're out there, since you're there, pick up something for Shannon and Sebastian. Like, she's rolling off names for me, and remind me to pay you back.
That is the worst.
All right, let me ask this. Let me ask.
Oh my God!
What's the grossest thing you've ever eaten?
Well, I eat mice out there, and so I don't make a habit of that now. But I was eating mice and grasshoppers, like anything I could find. I didn't eat the toads because I didn't like what they were excreting. They had some sort of orange fluid come out of these pustules. I'm like, I'm going to pass on that.
As a matter of fact, we took Julia out for dinner last night, and I surprised the server by peeling her mango.
That's very exciting. Thank you for sharing that. And now,
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
this will be our last normal show of 2021. Our Abby Normal show is scheduled for this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, when we bring everybody along for a delightful holiday cocktail party get-together. Greetings, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are enjoying our second decade of the show that has become a daily routine for thousands of listeners in great places like Donner Lake, California. Get it?
Right.
On Donner, on Blitzen. Garland, Texas. That's Christmassy.
Sure.
North Pole, New York. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Christmas Cove, Maine. Been there. Santa Claus, Indiana. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now, up and running. It's very, very nice Tuesday for you. This is Tuesday, December 21st. I'm going to ask for it. How many shopping days till Christmas?
You want to know how many shopping days there are till
Yes.
Christmas, Mike?
Yes.
You know what? I think I can accommodate you.
4 days left for Christmas shopping. 4 days left to fill the stocking. 4 days left for Christmas shopping. Only got 4 days more.
1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 shopping days till Christmas. Hurry, 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 or...
You'll be sorry.
Bought all his martini lunch people in with him. It was fantastic.
He is very, very drunk on that one. But they use all the tricks on that one, including the very popular
exciting.
You'll Be Sorry. Yes.
Very, very exciting. What a stimulating tape that is. It's great to be with you. Great to be along as we wind down to the holiday season. I have my standard warning this time of year for all of you that might be out and about. Watch out for the excited.
Yes.
The excited are out there. I will tell you quite sincerely that even though I am very excited for my son, as a matter of fact, he wanted to come in and say Merry Christmas to you guys, so I'll let him pop in here for just a second. Having my daughters back in their respective places, I'm not sure where they're going to be. I know Catherine's back in Los Angeles, and I'm not sure if she's coming to Virginia or not, but they're not here. And so It's not the same as Thanksgiving, Halloween.
Mike, it's not the same as Halloween.
But everybody else, who gathering and racing around airports. I am very, very grateful for the holiday season.
Yes.
But be careful out there, because we are, as I've mentioned before, we are now a nation of toddlers. The things that are childlike appeal to old and young now. It's the days of old people being the responsible ones are gone, because people anywhere from 50 to 70 now are, I have them all down here. And so be careful, because they're running around and their minds aren't on driving, and they're potentially dangerous.
What is the best symptom to watch for the excited?
Lane changes.
Okay.
Last minute lane changes. Last-minute lane changes, and when you live in an area that people come to that they're not familiar with, which I'm very used to, being that this is a vacation location, be aware of lack of local knowledge, because people will not exactly know where they're going. So just be. But the excitement.
No, I don't think so.
Parking lots at stores, although people do a lot of the. the online shopping, and my heart goes out to those people right now. Be aware of that. I'm going to bring my son in right now who wanted to say an advance thank you and an advance Merry Christmas to you. Michael, you want to come in? Jingle, jangle, jingle. He's going to pop in very quickly, and then he might be playing a song for us, I think.
Oh, my goodness.
Michael! You're on, baby! It's just me. Mama's out getting her done.
Getting her done?
Taking a little morning workout. She's been working her ass off. So
Sure.
She's having... Michael!
Don't miss your cue.
Where were you?
I was coming.
Okay, come here. What were you doing? What were you doing? How come you didn't hear me?
I heard you the first time I was coming.
You did? You got a little cowlick. You got Daddy's same
Little
cowlick right
cowlick.
there. Can you hear... here, I'll put them down here. Can you hear Oscar and Rob?
Hey, buddy.
It's 2TD Michael.
I can hear you.
Johnny Football.
Johnny Football. Michael Football.
They were just giving you credit for the flag football touchdown.
Really?
The 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
And then the thrown extra point.
Wait, was that was for an extra point?
That was for an
wasn't-
extra point.
Yeah.
Yes. Still doesn't know the rules yet, but that's all right. He will
As long as you're
eventually.
scoring on the field
What's your
and
favorite
off.
football team that we watch?
Sorry, too young.
The Dolphins.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! So are you a little excited?
Yes.
You wanna
Why?
Look at the camera, please, so people can see.
Why
your
are you
handsome face?
excited?
For Christmas and the presents under the tree and waking up at 4 a.m. and waking my parents up.
Don't you know the rule? You're not allowed to wake your parents. You're not allowed to open gifts until your parents have had their first cup of coffee. And that's on their schedule.
Well, I would like that. Another person told me that until the clock says 5:00, you don't come out of your bed.
What about midnight? Just like your boy
That's
does.
your. Yeah, well, did you do that at midnight?
Yeah, we do this at midnight. We
Kind of makes the morning kind of a drag, doesn't it?
No, because everybody sleeps in.
Everybody sleeps in.
Yeah.
The great tradition.
We stay up late to get it
The
done.
family. Would you like to play your? We first of all say Merry Christmas to your
Merry
your
Christmas.
godfathers.
Merry Christmas, duties.
Is there any particular message you have this Christmas that you'd like to share with our listeners? Something sweet, something kind, loving.
I'm gonna play.
Oh, you're going to play music, right? Okay, go ahead. Go over, and then you can split.
Here we go.
This will be
Play
great.
video games all day.
Oh yay!
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't mean that. I was saying that, but I didn't mean it.
Yay.
All right, 1, 2, ready, go. Thank you, Michael.
Silent Night.
Mary had a little lamb.
No, I think it was Jingle
Thank you
Bell.
very much. Merry Christmas. What?
I made a mistake.
You made a mistake? You want to do it again?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I thought he said he made a steak.
Oh, I was excited for that.
Hungry. Nice. Gotta do it again.
Hey.
Mary had a little lamb.
I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer.
Yay!
Yay!
Bravo!
Wait, he made a mistake. He's got to do it again.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Bye, duties.
Bye, duties. Bye-bye.
Ho, 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 and all that.
Ho, ho, ho. All right, let's bring in our talking head. Rob's talking this guy up big time. This gentleman's name is BRITT AHART.
Yes.
Or is it BRITT AHART?
Britt AHART.
BRITT is an accountant who lives in Fitzgerald, Georgia, with his wife of 12 years, Laura, and an 11-year-old son, Sam. They share a home with a dog, a cat, a rabbit, and chickens. Carla's always wanted to have chickens. The fresh eggs are great. That's why Carla wants to have chickens.
Yes.
Before Georgia, Britt lived in Mantua, Ohio, and before that, he lived in Reston, Virginia, a planned community.
Yes.
For 32 years, where he discovered our show way back in the day. He is a relatively recent podcast convert, but loves hearing our familiar voices again. Britt is perhaps best known as a contestant on Season 3 and Season 5 of the popular reality show Alone. I got to go back and watch those seasons. Oh, God. Why didn't you let me know in advance? I would have watched. I would have binged
Christmas
it.
miracle.
It's a Christmas surprise, Mike.
My greatest, like one of my top 3 of 2021 that I discovered. Can I get that on the stream? Can I go back and,
yes, of course.
and watch? All right. On season 3, he was alone in Patagonia, Argentina. He lasted 35 days and came in 7th. His 10 items were a knife, multi-tool, paracord, fishing line and hooks, pot, a pot, for cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was gummies.
Ferro rod. I don't even know what that is.
That's a fire starter.
What?
It's a fire starter.
How did you know that?
I had to Google it.
Yeah, but then you say it like you just know.
Yeah, matter of fact.
Well, I do know now.
Yeah, you're such a cheater. Sleeping bag, bow and arrow, folding saw, and trapping wire. On season 5, a favorite redemption season. He was alone in Mongolia. He lasted 56 days and came in 2nd. His 10 items were, well, we've got all the items again.
Yeah.
Britt has always felt a strong desire to be in the wilderness. Several years in the Boy Scouts, along with many camping trips and hikes. Got to be, that's incredible. He helped propel his wilderness desires. That's fascinating. Britt AHART, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate that. That's just, I want to run out right now and binge the seasons where you were out there.
A real man.
Yes.
It to me was one of my big discoveries that I enjoyed what I refer to as the real Survivor. And I got 1,000 questions. I didn't know you were going to be part of that show. I don't read the bios before people come in. So welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. How are you, my friend?
Thank you, man. It's good to hear your voice again. Rob mentioned, I've listened to you guys for many, many years when I used to be in my cubicle back in Reston. And I didn't know that there was a podcast going on. So to hear you guys' voices again is like hearing friends who I haven't spoken to in a while. You guys got me through a lot of days. So thanks for having me.
You are the type of listener that we, if we had a multi-million-dollar advertising budget, we would like to grab all of you because there are many. We never have. It's tough to quantify, isn't it, Oscar? As far as how many are out there that maybe listen to the old show,
it is.
That might be sitting there that not knowing.
Anything's possible. In 2022, we have earmarked either a golf simulator or an advertising campaign. We're working on it.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
I even called in way back in the day. I'm sure you don't remember, but I called in one time, and my friends in the adjoining cubicles got to listen to me, and they got a little kick out of it.
That's amazing.
All right, well, I'm going to dive right into the reality show because I suppose you watched the most recent season of the Arctic Circle version of Alone. What were your thoughts on that episode?
I'll tell you what, since I was on the show, I haven't had that much interest in watching other people.
Oh, okay.
Really?
All right, it's like being an actor who doesn't want to watch other people on stage playing a role that they could probably play. I understand that completely.
Yeah, so like my family still enjoys it, and they, people call me and ask me, "Dude, what do you think about this?" Or do you know this person? So I kind of have, loose relationships with the contestants, but I haven't watched a lot of it since I was on it.
Then I'll ask you about your experiences on that show because, I described it as the real Survivor, where they throw you out there, and I'm basing it on my one season that I watched in its entirety, which I talked about ad nauseum on the show, and I'll just check the similarities. You dropped off with just the items for survival and your own GoPro cameras where you have to video document your stay out there. Is that the way yours went as well?
Yep, absolutely.
So you're out. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying all self-documented. That's what makes it so original.
That's the best part of it because you realize that you are alone, and I would imagine it feels the same way. When you think of the Survivor episodes that we all watch, they've got the crews out there, and you've got the guys that are setting up all the different challenges. But you're in the middle of very, very desolate areas, very remote areas, and the selection process is the first question I have. Is there a lot of pre-interviewing before you are chosen to participate in one of these shows?
Yeah, there was a lot. So a lot of the people who were on the show, they're like kind of in the same network. They a lot of the same courses and same circles that people hang out with. So a lot of it is like referred to from previous contestants. I know this person. But I was one of the few people that actually just randomly dropped in an application. And so I made it from, I don't know how many thousands, like 5,500 people down to the 60. And then they have you do all this extensive home filming to see how you are on camera, lots of Skype interviews, and then they bring you in for boot camps. So look, it's a pretty strenuous process, but mostly they want to see, do you have the skills and can you be entertaining on television? Because
I didn't know that, and that is arduous, I would think, to be involved in that type of program. You have to have the skill set, and so few people really, really do. But you're somebody who has enjoyed it for a long time. You mentioned since the days of the Boy Scouts and doing this. What of all the skills that someone who was, say, out on a camping trip, a storm comes in or whatever, for some reason they're out on their own and they don't have a tremendous amount of skill. What's numero uno? Is it building a shelter of some kind? Is that the first thing, or is it finding water? I know nothing about the wilderness, so I'm asking you.
So if you were lost in the woods, I would say the number one thing would be to get out of the elements. Like there's basics. If you can get out of the elements and you can make fire, then you can be okay for a little while. And then you have to worry about getting food and water. But first and foremost, if you can make like a rudimentary quick shelter just to get out of anything, and then make a fire to warm yourself up, because fire brings not only heat, but like, it makes you more relaxed, more comfortable. So those, make a shelter, learn how to make a fire, get a ferro rod, keep one in your car or something.
If you don't have the tools like you were given for making fire, that's the thing that I would be just terrified. And of course, I remember the movie Castaway, where Tom Hanks doesn't have any of the tools to do this. What is it? Is it possible? I mean, and what do you look for if you have nothing? That's a big deal for a lot of you guys that are on these shows. You have the tool to make, as Rob had mentioned, what was the thing?
Ferro rod.
A ferro rod. What is a ferro rod, first of all?
It's a ferrocium rod. It's kind of like magnesium. And when you apply like a spark to the shavings, it'll ignite.
Okay, so that's it. So what if you don't have any of that stuff, how do you make fire? You have to know, I would imagine.
Well, yeah. So where I live now, we have bamboo, and you can make something called a bamboo friction fire, which I like to make. I could explain the process, but it's basically you have to get a tinder bundle and have really dry material that'll grab a spark. And if you can create enough friction, you can get that to ignite.
Like in Castaway.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Castaway.
Yeah.
In Castaway?
Yeah. He goes,
probably.
Well, not bamboo, but, they're on a set. We just have to imagine ourselves.
He's got a stick, and I know he's rubbing,
some
and then
sort
it's
of
like,
wood.
I have made fire. Yeah, that's fantastic. I have made fire.
I have a follow-up there.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind, Mike. First, thank you for being a man and really understanding how to survive.
Yeah.
In the world of cell phones and, oh my God, my phone doesn't have any charge and people panicking. It's nice to know that there are men amongst men like yourself.
But in the old days, couldn't you use a Google phone to make fire? That first generation
no
that
chance.
was
No
the bad
chance.
battery?
The Samsung.
Oh, that's what
they
it
would
was.
blow up.
Samsungs would blow up. Forgive me.
There are tricks of the trade, and I've read and seen and heard about these, that some reality survival contestants will prepare their body a certain way, and this is just one off the top of my head. There was one contestant in one of the Naked and Afraid shows, which I know is not the same as yours because you guys are the real deal. But they walked around for 2 months barefoot to create calluses that resembled paws underneath their feet.
Well, they get shoes on his show.
I know,
right?
just in case you lose your shoes or you got to walk around barefoot.
What's
you prepare
your question,
body?
sir?
I prepared my body by eating as much as I could before I went out there.
So have fat stores, right?
Yeah, I wanted to have some reserves. I went 2 different ways. The first time, I thought I should be really, really thin and streamlined to be ready for, no calories and be adjusted to starving.
Right.
That was a good idea because I was hungry really fast and really, really weak. So the second time, I gained like 25 pounds the second time.
What's the grossest thing you've ever eaten?
Well, I eat mice out there, and so I don't make a habit of that now. But I was eating mice and grasshoppers, like anything I could find. I didn't eat the toads because I didn't like what they were excreting They had some sort of orange fluid come out of these pustules. I'm like, I'm going to pass on that. I was eating the roe right out of the fish, so it was still warm. I mean, look, you're looking for any sort of nutrients you can get out there because I don't know if you've ever starved, but it's not fun, especially when you're cold and alone and a little bit scared of the wild animals. So you're just eating it.
The idea of big game on either of your episodes, was there the availability of big game for you or any of your competitors?
Yeah, there was. And there's been some big game taken down. And I had an opportunity. And when you go back and watch my season, you'll see what happened. But
that close?
Missed it by that much.
Yes, sir. So very, very cool. And is this now? Are you doing anything related to that now in your day-to-day life, as far as teaching or helping people out? Or is that part of what you do for a living now? The survivalist stuff?
Yeah, so I'll make a quick correction to my bio. I haven't been in accounting in a while. After doing the show, I couldn't really stand being in cubicles that much. I need a little more freedom in my lifestyle. And I got to correct my son's name. It's Campbell.
Campbell.
I couldn't let it go.
Forgive me.
So that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, I'm actually
Rob got S-face last night with his daughter.
This is a hangover bio. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about that later. He's looking good though. He's little cheeks are a little red today. Like that's hangover Rob.
Well, he's
just
celebrating a child's birthday.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
21.
So you asked what I'm doing. Yeah, I do have representation. So I actually just finished filming a pilot for a series, and I'm waiting to get some feedback and see if that's going to be picked up by a network. So I'm just going to not say a lot about that right now, but I am still filming. I'm looking to do some projects, teaming up with a couple of other people who are trying to do something related with children. I'm speaking very vaguely about these because until they're all coming to fruition, I don't want to think differently. But yeah, I am still staying active. I am still trying to work with kids because that's my passion. I spend a lot of time driving a school bus because I love hanging out with the kids and my son all the time. So yeah, I am still staying a little bit active. And since I just moved to Georgia, I'm learning a whole new ecosystem and stuff around here. So it's a lot of fun.
You go up in those Georgia mountains, it can get a little interesting up there, and find those wild hogs up there in Georgia, right? Go ahead.
We got wild hogs near our house. Yeah, we got one about a month ago.
So you can go out, grab one of those, and dress it up and butcher it and make it ready for consumption, easy peasy, right? You know how to do all that?
I've done enough of it that I could do it, but it'd be kind of a hack job. I'm not professional, but I could catch something and clean it and serve it up. I don't recommend hot hog though. It's not that good.
Oh, really?
It's not like regular pork or anything like that.
No, it's tough. They run hard out there, so they're real strong. So the meat is like really sweet and tough, and it's not something I like to eat that much. It's kind of like gamey.
There have been so many big ones that are out there. So you were listening to the old shows, and then how did you discover the podcast? When did you become aware of that?
Well, one of the original guys who I worked with in the cubicles way back in the 90s said, hey, I've been listening to this podcast, and they just mentioned the show alone. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, I remember listening to these guys. Let me just shoot an email to them and see if they want to talk about it. And gratefully, Rob called me back, and listening to his voice, which used to be like right in my ear for hours a day, talk directly to him. So I figured, let me see if I can get in contact with him. It's kind of like a flashback for me.
That is awesome. So you live out in the country. A lot of these people, it seems, on this show alone like to have that kind of rural world, and it's amazing to think there are people like you out there that if the S ever hit the fan, if the pandemic took a turn and one of these variants started dropping people like flies, where the only way to stay safe was to be on your own 2 acres somewhere, you're the kind of guy that could probably handle it. Where the rest of us would shrivel up and die.
I like it. Okay, we're working towards self-sustaining out here.
And I think that's going to be the key to the kingdom. As far as the wilderness, even the idea of being out in a tent where there wasn't anybody for miles around, that freaks me out. I would think that when the cameras are not running and when you're lying in your sleeping bag and you're in your shelter that you have constructed, out of twigs, berries, and pine boughs, and you're out there at night, that every little creak, every little breaking branch would freak me out. Do you have any kind of trepidation when you're out there with that situation?
I'll tell you what, you become hyper aware of everything. You have nothing else but the natural sounds and what you're tuned into. I felt a lot more tuned into the land, and there'd be many times I'd be sleeping in my shelter and the wall would be right here, and I could hear large animals just run right up, stop, and start smelling. Because they know that I'm inside, but they don't know exactly how to get inside because I like to fortify my shelter. I need to feel secure when I go to sleep. So for me, I just had to get over that innate fear that I need to get out of there and just kind of relax. And I slept with my knife. I mean, my knife was basically in my hand every night because if something happens to you, nobody's going to be able to get to you in time. So I kept my bear spray. I kept my knife in my hand. I had arrows I could grab in case I just needed to fight for your life. Because realistically, if you get injured and you're injured enough, then nobody's going to know that you're injured until they come and check on you.
I agree with that. This show,
really
the show
scary.
alone is so over the top with this that I think about that all the time as far as the ability. In order for you to, they call it tapping out.
Right.
In order for you to tap out, you got to make a phone call on a sat phone and get them from wherever home base. How close was home base to all of you guys when you were out there in the wilderness?
It had to have been miles because you can't. And if you need them to get to you, it's not like they just come through the bushes. Hey, all right, let's get out. It's going to be a while. They'll be like, okay, well, stay tight. Are you hurt? Are you injured? All right, we'll be there as soon as we can. And you just sit there kind of like waiting for them to get there and thinking if you made the right decision. And then it could be a couple of hours before they show up and you start hearing an engine way off in the distance. They're far away.
That's sad time. Yeah, Rob, you wanted to ask something.
How much weight did you put on for the second? You said you fattened yourself up for the second time you were on.
55.
Did you say 55 pounds?
I put on 25.
25.
And then I lost 50.
Okay, so the question I have is this. You have a rare situation where you had a full competition, took a season off, and then were brought back. What lessons did you take from season 3 to bring to season 5? Because you almost won season 5.
The lesson I took from learning how to starve and knowing what that's going to be like and understanding the cold and the isolation were huge because that was totally scary and shocking the first time. But what I also learned is to pace myself. When I first got there in season 3, I was going crazy. Like, I got to make a fire. I got to make a shelter. I just heard something in the bushes. Like, I was going crazy. But the second time I was a lot more calm and mentally prepared to go through all the tasks I needed to do and kind of settle in and get ready for the pain that was about to be coming. So having that previous experience the first time, I was much more ready for what I was going to endure, mentally and physically.
I have to ask you one question that was gnawing at my wife and I when we were watching alone. In fact, we had the whole family. We had my son watching it, my 8-year-old watching it as well. We all were enjoying the show, and I didn't know we were having an alone contestant on the show. I just thought we were having one of our talking heads, and Rob had mentioned that you have an interesting bio, and now I know why. So bear with me because I didn't know, but I have to ask this question now that I have the opportunity. This is very important to me because I didn't see it on the Alone episodes of the Arctic Circle. But I assume they didn't share it with us on the previous episodes as well. How do I do this delicately? The idea of poo. Of when you have to go, because you don't, obviously you don't leave food out. That's going to attract animals. And I was just kind of curious, you just go anywhere or do you dig a latrine? How does it go? You don't have paper out there, leaves, I was just kind of curious about the bathroom habits out in the middle of the wilderness.
Okay, so this is actually pretty interesting, and I spoke about it for maybe an hour on camera, but it just didn't make the cut. First, when your diet gets as lean as it does out there, you almost even like all that just stops to the point where I was nervous. It was 3 weeks before I had to go to the bathroom. 3 weeks.
Wow.
So yeah, I was scared. I was nervous. And then one day I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to give birth. And so there's a lot of people out there. And
there's what you broke up a little bit. Hold on a second. Britt, you broke up just a little bit. So it's 3 weeks, and then you're going to give birth, and then what happened?
There's lots of ways to do it, but I mean, seeing as how it's not that regular an occurrence,
right,
then you don't have to specifically latrine. You just go find a spot near where you can like lean on a tree or hold on a tree. In Argentina, I actually had this awesome, it was like the best commode ever because it was looking over the crystal waters and it was this old out stump. It was perfect. I'm not going to talk a whole bunch about my crapper. But anyway, so you either have moss, I just remember sitting there looking out and be like, this is amazing. And that was on film too. You get shameless out there.
I bet.
How do you choose? How do you choose what to film?
Hold on, Rob. We're having trouble with the connection. So let me. We're just having a little bit of trouble with the connection here. We're going to have to let you go because of that. But I do want to give you a chance to say hi to anybody you want to say hi to, Britt. And I can't wait to see if some of your stuff comes to fruition. I know that's a process as well. Anybody you want to say hello to before we let you go?
I just want to say hello to my lovely wife, Laura, and my favorite boy, Campbell.
Oh, that's awesome. Britt AHART, really thank you so much for coming on the show. Keep in touch with us, and if anything clicks with these pilots that you're working on right now, come back on and feel free. You got a home to talk about it, okay, my friend?
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you so much. And if you have questions after watching 3 and 5, let me know. I'll come on and answer them.
Love to. Thank you very much. Yay! That's Britt AHART, ladies and gentlemen. That is so cool. Very, very cool. That is neat. And man, now I have an excuse to. I have my TV viewing for the holiday.
There you go.
I'm so excited. We'll take a break and we will come back. Very interesting homepage today, including quite a tribute to my wonderful home state. Yes, right. We'll be right back, everybody.
Hello, this is Donald Trump. I've taken off my blue business suit and red tie to celebrate the holidays dressed in my holiday pajamas. Yes, it's a holiday onesie with a flap. Yeah, I hope you like it. I'm dancing around the Christmas tree, and I'm taking this opportunity to tell each and every one of you not to listen to the Mike O'Mara Show. It's propaganda. It's fake. It's phony. It's not crunchy or tasty. You don't listen. That's my idea for you at Christmas time. They're not good. They're dishonest. They're cheaters. They lie. They're lazy. They just don't offer anything special. Not like me, the biggest, brightest, strongest, winningest, greatest, silliest, happiest, orangest person in the world. Happy holidays to you. And for the Mike O'Mara Show, it's all fake. It's not even a real show. They're robots. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Robots.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Cornerstone. We've been telling you that the Department of Labor has reported inflation is accelerating at its fastest pace since '82. That signals a possible rate hike by the Fed. What does that mean for you? Well, with the holiday season upon us and rates still at historic lows, you can use the equity in your home to cover your holiday expenses, pay off credit cards, or take cash out for any reason, all before this imminent rate hike. You need to call my good friend Mark Livingstone and his team at Cornerstone First Financial today. Merry Christmas to all the good people over at Cornerstone First. They are a direct lender, and with their own money, they'll guarantee to meet or beat any competitor. Even if you're working with another company, use them as a sounding board to make sure you're getting the best deal for you and your family. Whether a purchase or refinance, the team at Cornerstone First is ready to help just in time for the holidays. Call the only mortgage company I recommend, Cornerstone First Financial, serving the listeners of the Mike O'Mara podcast for over 6 years now. 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 now. Or cornerstonefirst.com. And Merry Christmas from Cornerstone First Financial. That was what a great surprise. Very, very cool to have him on
nice fella.
The show. And now let's get the deals of the day.
Four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device. It's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
Well, here it comes. Officials in Paris have canceled New Year's Eve fireworks festivities. They have a big one out there.
Yeah, they do.
Due to the growing concern about the fast-spreading Omicron COVID-19 variant. As I came into the studio today, no word yet on New York City's Times Square as to what they are going to do with New York being a hotbed of the Omicron COVID-19 variant. We'll see what happens. A scientific panel in France suggested on Friday that authorities should impose significant restrictions due to increasing caseloads. With regard to the acceleration of the pandemic and the risk related to the end-of-year festivities, authorities should impose significant restrictions. That's according to the panel. So I know, Oscar, you read a lot about this. Anything new as far as, I think there's more of an attitude of kind of let it happen and just protect yourself with the vaccination if you can,
I think
right?
it's the reverse. You can only take on the let it happen if you're boosted.
Mm-hmm. You have to make sure you've done everything within your power.
Because there's a lot of let it happen because I've got two vaccines in play, and the other side is, they really don't know about this third. No, they know about this third one. We have the data. Get the boost.
I saw something today I've never seen before. Is on my way into work, I passed by an urgent care clinic, and at 7:30 this morning, before they were open, lines around the building waiting to get in. So people are taking this seriously. And we didn't mention
Once again, though, can I just interrupt you for a second? We didn't prepare for the availability of these home tests.
Yeah.
Which would have been extremely important for people that may be asymptomatic in order to know whether or not they're traveling to grandma's house and just to be more careful. There's a lot we don't know.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, though. If the majority of the population isn't getting boosted or vaccinated.
Right.
I'm sorry, if the majority of the population
has not gotten boosted. They just haven't, right? And we have half the country that just won't get vaxxed. Or I'm sorry, let's say a third of the country just won't get vaxxed. Rough numbers. If you're a Abbott Labs that makes these at-home tests, are you going to go out of your way to go make these tests? Because it doesn't really seem like there's a want for them.
I think that it's not a question of making them. It's a mandatory thing to make them, to have them in stock so that if we get into a situation, even though things were dying down, this pandemic, in my opinion, is always biting us in the ass when we're not prepared. Yeah. There's no foresight. There's reaction. And I think that in my house, we haven't stockpiled, but I think we have. We tested Michael when he got the chest cold, so we now have 1, 2, 3 that are left. But you've got lines around the block with these people
I'll give you an example here.
It's insane. Come on.
Here at Podville, I'm proud to say that we invested in no more than 200 units, which is extremely expensive.
No less than
at $100 a pop, right? And now we're handing them out to our team members because they just want to go home to see for Christmas,
right?
And they want to be safe, and they can't find anything on the shelves,
right. Peel off a couple for your boy here.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey has admitted that her dysfunctional family would ruin Christmas for her as a child. Now, this seems like it's probably candid, but I think it's more like packaged for her to, make her miss Christmas. But anyway, she's interviewed by The Mirror. Is that a British? I think that's a British tabloid.
UK Daily Mirror.
She told him about how she would want to make the holiday perfect, but her family would make it difficult. The singer said, I always wanted Christmas to be perfect and look forward to the holidays, but I had this incredibly dysfunctional family that would ruin it. Not my mom. She would try to make it fun. But we didn't have a lot of money, so sometimes she would wrap up the fruit because it was all she could afford. It was like, when I grow up, I'm never going to let that happen, so she would give away fruit as a gift.
Yum.
Like a mango or something, I guess. But she said when she grew up, she's going to make Christmas perfect every year.
And she has every year when she goes out and she can't sing anymore.
This is true. But I haven't watched those shows. Doesn't she have full Christmas shows?
She does a special
online?
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Leonardo DiCaprio jumped into a frozen lake to save his 2 rescue huskies while he was filming Don't Look Up. This is another one that sounds like it's being sent out from a studio because this movie is not getting the kind of response that they wanted to. He revealed during Entertainment Weekly's Around the Table sit down with his cast members. DiCaprio said they both fell in a frozen lake. His dog's named Jack and Jill. And he doesn't understand because he's a Californian what you're supposed to do in a frozen lake. Co-star Jennifer Lawrence then interrupted DiCaprio to help him tell the story, saying one of the dogs fell in and he jumped into the frozen lake to save the dog. She added, as soon as he pushed the one dog out of the lake, the other one jumped in. DiCaprio explained the other one started licking the one that was drowning, and then we were all in the frozen lake together. The Oscar-winning actor said that his dogs did not understand the concept of a frozen lake.
They're California
due to the fact
dogs.
that they live in California. I thought he said that about himself.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Isn't that nice? Yes,
Well,
right.
he's a hero.
It's one, and these are the stories you get leading up
It's
to a holiday.
incredible how he took a moment from getting his dick wet to walk his dogs.
It's also incredible the creativity he used in the names.
Yeah, Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think that Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio would make beautiful babies.
Yes.
That's just me saying that. I don't know why I brought that up. But, it is the end. Not is it the end. It is the end. Here's a little tip for you broadcasters out there. One of my tells when I'm reading copy or when I'm reading news copy, I have always had trouble with IT and IS when they're together. So
Really?
a lot of times when it will be is it, I will say it is. And a lot of times when it is, I will say is it. That's why I wrote this. I put this together. I edited it. And then I put it in and I said it is. It is the end of mango season in Australia. The fallen fruit is fermenting in the sun, resulting in a boozy treat for the local wildlife, specifically drunk red-winged parrots that have consumed ethanol as a result of eating fallen fruit. Veterinarian Paul Murphy said several lucky birds have been brought to the clinic. So far, we've seen about half a dozen in total, but there are a lot of them. Unfortunately, they don't make it all the time because they pass away before people find them. Generally, people are able to pick the drunk parrots up and catch them because they're quite lethargic.
If they're dying, Mike, they should say something.
Well, that's terrible, sad. Apparently they're more susceptible to predators when they get boozed up. The local vet said it was not just alcohol that was killing the parrots, but drunken behavior.
Like driving?
I don't know what that means. Who knows? They were hearing a few reports of flying into windows.
Oh, no.
And sitting on the floor, not being able to fly, and being vulnerable to cats.
Yes.
So there's that.
Story.
This is another reason
This
to
is
hate
sad
mangoes.
news is what it is.
Yes.
This is another reason to hate mangoes. I've always feel that Big Mango is pushing themselves on us. There's too much mango product on the shelf.
You're not a mango fan?
I hate mangoes.
Mangoes are great.
No. And now they're killing our most beloved
What is
parrots.
the taste that you don't care for in a mango?
It is sweet.
I don't think you'd like it. You like sweet.
It's too sweet without any flavor behind it. It's just sweet.
It's got kind of a taste to it. It's big down here. Fresh one. You probably never had a really good fresh one.
Maybe.
If you had a fresh one down here, you might change your tune.
The
a little
Leesburg
bit.
mango plantation is horrible.
I've always had a feeling that the mango that you get in a grocery store has kind of a soapy aftertaste.
I'll give it that. Yeah. It's
what
just
do they
not-
call that taste? The back taste or whatever it's called.
The back
Aftertaste.
No, well, it's called what do they call it? The back of the flavor. Like
the back of the flavor is soapy. That's what I've always thought. In another pay it forward moment, and by the way, when I was talking about gathering all your friends and going to a restaurant and lighting up a server, and somebody said, "Well, if we didn't have the disparity of the income," I get that too.
Right.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I understand completely that we need to pay people that are in the service industry a livable wage in this kind. Of course, I believe that, but I still think doing something nice for a server, or especially if you're aware that server is having a tough go.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily exclusive to fighting for the rights of working people in America.
I just sent you a text in the team a text about the previous story. Make sure you go out of your way to find your favorite server and tip them. Take care of them. He or she may have a bad time, as you mentioned earlier. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Okay.
Oh, how about that, Oscar?
What is that?
I would say it depends actually on the mango and the other factor as well.
That's it. I'm going to hit my sounder again. Definitely the last regular show before the holiday, right there.
I had a hard time peeling it.
How long did it take you to peel it? Now, I hope he gets this one. How long did it take you to peel that mango?
1 month.
Okay. Would be years. In another pay-it-forward moment, a waitress at a restaurant in Prospect, Connecticut, very close to where I live, received nearly $2,000 in a single tip during a recent shift. The waitress, who works at a restaurant called The Kitchen, was saying goodbye to customers at a table she was serving in a video posted on social media. I didn't get a chance to see the video. The waitress asked, "Why is everyone videoing me?" One of the customers tells her to look down at the bill where she saw a stack of money. She proceeded to count the bills, totaling $1,920, and she began to cry. Another coworker noted in the video that the event was actually planned. One of the customers who left the tip had posted on Facebook that he wanted to surprise a waitress in the area who was very much in need of some help, and the coworker from Prospect Restaurant reached out. The waitress, along with the generous customers, all embraced, and I love stuff like that. And you can do. You don't need a gang of people to do it.
No.
Just over tipping if you have the money to do it is a nice thing to do.
UPS, FedEx.
As a matter of fact, we took Julia out for dinner last night, and I surprised the server by peeling her mango.
That's very exciting. Thank you for sharing that. And now a little something. Jacksonville woman. You know, if you just knew, there's another show going on behind the scenes here today.
I think it's not too hard to figure out.
All right. Yes. You mean mango as a synonym for vagina? Very good.
Well, Pony texted us. He said, "Where do they sell mango again?"
A Jacksonville woman, a little something now, is facing serious charges after deputies say she poisoned her boyfriend earlier this month for talking too much. According to an arrest report from the Jacksonville, Florida Sheriff's Office, 54-year-old Alvis Parrish put a drug named Seroquel in the victim's lemonade. When deputies arrived, they say the victim was extremely lethargic. They say Parrish confessed to putting something in his drink, and here's the quote. "I gave him just enough to shut him up and called y'all so he wouldn't die." We don't want him to die. Florida, yes sirree. Deputies said she yelled, "Do whatever you want. If you don't take me, I will kill him."
Oh, no.
As they put her in cuffs and escorted her to the police car. Parrish faces charges of poisoning food or water with intent to kill or injure a person. Remember, Floridians, words matter. And if they don't work, well, there's always murder. Thank you very much. Wonderful. That's it. We got to take a break. We'll come back with we'll find out about Robb's wonderful evening with his daughter. What do you need?
I just want to say, I know the promo I'm about to air shouldn't air until after the holiday, but it's my favorite promo I've ever made, and so I'm going to air it early, and it sets up
Or
our
did you
next
just
segment.
make a mistake?
I did not make a mistake.
A late night mistake?
No, Mike, I did not.
Okay, just checking. All right, let's listen.
Well, the new year is upon us, and it's time to gather the family around the old Neumann and talk about what's really important.
You mean video games? Or Fallout Boy?
No. The real important stuff.
Oh no, he's gonna talk about the stupid fruitcakes again.
Jeez, Dad, don't you know no one cares?
No, I want to talk about the magic of the holidays. Now, did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Kinda.
Pretty much.
Well, what did we possibly miss?
The TMOS bonus package.
It's the best gift for any TMOS fan, even yourself, because it's the gift that keeps on giving.
For once, Robert is right. 1 year subscription gets you full access to all of the bonus content.
Plus, on-demand video access to every bonus show and access to the entire bonus show anthology.
And you get it with over 25% savings. It truly is a bonus.
Besides, Dad, it's a great way to support the Mike O'Mara Show while getting all that great content.
Just click on the banner marked TMOS bonus packages and be a part of this important opportunity.
Do it now, and God bless us, everyone.
Hey, I wanted to be Tiny Tim.
Dad, you're not a tiny anything.
The Mike O'Mara bonus show, because 5 hours a week.
It's the greatest, isn't it?
When he was a little younger,
MikeO'MaraShow.com.
he had that Charlie Brown voice, too, where he had a little rasp in his voice there.
Cute.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We spend 1/3 of our lives in bed, so pure organic cotton sheets from Boll & Branch make a truly perfect gift. They make the highest quality sheets by doing things the right way, not the easy way. Boll & Branch never disappoints with the highest quality sheets, blankets, pillows, and throws. Plus, their holiday packaging makes your gift look and feel special. All I know is that these are the best sheets I have ever had.
My mom gets them this Christmas.
Yes.
Don't listen to this, Sharon. And my stepmom, Kathy, is getting them. Don't listen, Kathy. This Christmas. The packaging for the holiday gift is, the sheets themselves are sensational,
Right.
but it looks like they're coming from a Hollywood boutique.
Really
they are
great.
so gorgeous. I'm so excited for them to get them. It's awesome.
We're happy to have Boll & Branch back as a sponsor of the Mike O'Mara Show. The signature hem sheets are their all-time bestseller. They're beloved for so many reasons, like how they get softer with every single wash. That's the thing I like the best. Soft, lightweight, and made with 100% organic cotton weave that feels incredible. Available in a bunch of colors and all sizes, plus they're completely toxin-free, and fair trade certified. Treat yourself and your loved ones to the new standard embedding from Boll & Branch. Their gifts come wrapped and ready in their special holiday packaging. The best deals of the year going on now until December 23rd with promo code TMOS at bollandbranch.com. That's BOLL and branch.com. Promo code TMOS. Exclusions may apply. Okay, so now finally we get to us and Christmas and everything.
Christmas.
So
And a big birthday.
Yes, absolutely.
Julia's birthday was last night. I see that you...
She
Yes.
turned 21 when?
On the 18th, which was Sunday. I
Sunday.
believe. Yeah.
Okay. And you celebrated. Do kids still go out for when they're 21? I don't even know how that works.
You know what I found out, and I didn't realize this, and it's in the Virginia state law. You can buy liquor the night before your 21st birthday.
Oh.
And she actually phoned ahead to the liquor store to make sure it was right, because I thought it sounds like an urban legend to me, but it turns out it's true. So
have you perhaps, with either one of your children, identified the hazards of excessive alcohol consumption? I mentioned that simply because a lot of your correspondents came to us at about midnight last night, and I was just kind of, curious.
There was a lot of stuff going on last night, because as soon as I got home, we went out to dinner and we came back, and then also I haven't done a remote broadcast from my home in some time, and so I was testing equipment last night because I wanted to make sure we were set for the cocktail party tonight, and that was
Howdy, can you hear me?
It presented a little bit of trouble, and then I got that done, and then I got all that stuff done, and
hold on.
Yeah,
hold on, Mister. So you
there was in Rob's defense, there was a long conversation about when to test. And when we agreed we didn't want to test today because if there was something wrong, we wanted to fix it today from his.
So you're getting ready for. By the way, we should promo it.
Yes,
that
tonight
we've got
at 7.
The TMOS cocktail party tonight, 7:00 with Carrie and Shannon and Carla, and should be great fun. We're looking forward to it. As far as when you went out to dinner,
right,
and then you came back. And what time did you get home?
We left for dinner probably 7:45 because I got home about 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
And
what was the destination?
The Blue Ridge Grill in Leesburg.
You like that joint?
Yeah.
It's a great place. Never had a bad meal there, and had great service and a good time. It was me and Carrie, of course, the birthday girl, Robert, and Henry, her boyfriend, was there, who I'm still quite fond of. I sat next to him at dinner.
You like Henry?
Henry's a good guy. Yeah. Good guy.
It really is a great feeling when you like the people that your daughter is dating. I mean, it's really.
It hasn't always been thus.
I got to know Catherine's boyfriend really, really well at Thanksgiving, and because he's chill. He's an actor, so he actually can, and he's an incredibly bright guy, Ivy League guy, and super smart.
Hello, Catherine's daddy.
What did we bond on? We bonded on.
Was it Mommy Dearest?
We bonded on The Godfather. We bonded on The Godfather,
awesome.
just like you wouldn't believe. Just he's a connoisseur of film as well. And then Connor, who is that's Dennis, by the way. Connor, who is Elizabeth's boyfriend, is a golfer and loves to come out and play golf. And he's funny, and it's just a good feeling when you have that. So I imagine maybe the beverages were flowing a little bit.
Well, I mean, I had a beer, and then it was a half-price wine, and so we had a bottle of wine.
Okay. All right. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Oscar's not saying anything, so I'm not going to say anything either.
You gotta celebrate your daughter.
It was a tremendously light drinking night for me, actually.
Well, then that's well. Then I stand corrected. I'm sorry. When I see the late hour.
Oh, that was only because I couldn't get, and this is a little bit in the weeds, but you guys will understand it. The unit we used to talk from studio to studio is called a Zip 1 unit.
Yes.
And I was having trouble connecting to the Zip server. And there was a lot of resets and finagling and checking stuff. I finally got it put, so to speak, put to bed, and that was a really good feeling, knowing that all we had to do was link up today and
go,
do a sound check. Yeah. Boop, boop,
and Matt will be here.
Yeah.
He should have Ubered in today. We're covering that he'll Uber home nice and safe. We'll have Dan O'Brien on deck. Like, it'll be fun.
Yeah, and so, that got that done, and then put the stuff together for the show, and then to bed just before midnight. Yeah, it was later than I wanted it to be.
What a day.
However, and you can relate to this, when you finally have, 18 is a big deal because, that's a grown-up, but when they're 21, that is a big birthday. And when Julia is talking about, I don't know if I'm going to have a Cosmopolitan or a Moscow Mule tonight. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's different, isn't it?
And we have to look. I believe in the whole responsibility and letting people know. But the bottom line is these kids, when they turn 21, it's not like, now people are going to yell at me. Why am I find, 2022, another thing, check it off the box. I'm not going to worry nearly as much.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think that certainly if they go to institutions of higher learning, it's not like this is they've had everything in the book.
Yeah.
Well, they know what they're doing. Because it should. I've always believed it should be 18 anyway.
Husker Dudes.
Talked about tailgating with my son. Talked about him
Right.
opening a Twisted Tea with his teeth.
Yeah.
Things that I had not seen before. And so, as long as it's done responsibly and with forethought, and it's not like if I were to prohibit it, it would still happen.
Well, you'd make it elusive, and that would be
it'd be hypocritical.
But that's not what made me feel the oldest. The oldest is that I felt this week is I was engineering an interview here at Podville for GW Hospital. Wonderful people, wonderful client. And a guy had a rotator cuff surgery, and they brought in his wife to talk about the experience.
Yes.
And this guy
he died?
No, because they wanted the reflection of the surgery.
Mike, let me tell you, when I say you're a fantastic business partner, you're a fantastic business partner.
But this guy...
It sounded the way that sentence was structured.
Yeah, no.
So a guy had rotator cuff surgery, and they brought his wife, and I said, because what he passed on the table?
If we're building a show about a hospital, they want to highlight the successes, not the failures.
Yeah. And I had previously bonded with this gentleman because he was an enthusiastic bowler, as was my grandfather. So I talked
with that shoulder.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the shoulder
probably
is
what caused the problem in the first place.
Yes, but he's back to bowling thanks to the surgery.
At GW Hospital.
It's an amazing story. But anyway,
well, GW Hospital does not need me to sing their praises. GW Hospital is one of the finest in the D.C. area and certainly the country.
Yes.
And I mean that. I mean, from basically hearing about it. It's a wonderful. We're delighted at Podville Media to be associated with them.
Mike, when I say you're a great business partner, you're a great business partner.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just watch out for those shoulders.
So I think it's more of a bowling issue than a GW issue. So
I know that bowling.
I'm trying here. So we're talking after the fact. Now it's the second time I've met this gentleman, so it's very nice to talk with him. His wife comes to the lobby after him, and we're talking about how my daughter just turned 21. So we're talking about kids, and she comes up to me. She says, "Oh, kids."
Who comes up to you? The wife?
The wife, because she had been apart from us for a sec, and she comes up and overhears us talking about kids. She says, "Oh, that's so nice. How old are your grandkids?"
Welcome to my world.
Wow. I mean,
really? I wouldn't say that to you.
He doesn't look young.
No. He may be close up, I guess, without the hair.
When you see him in person, he's had some rough miles on him.
So he doesn't look, how old are you now, 51?
50.
You're 50?
Yeah.
50.
And what would you say, Oscar? I mean, I'm seeing him on a video camera every day.
Yeah, well, look, he dresses respectfully at work now.
And he dresses young.
Yeah.
Rob doesn't dress old.
No. He doesn't dress young. He dresses like a grandpa. Look, if you look at his setup right now, he's a grandpa.
Probably, yeah. A sweater. Or a checked shirt, a sensible checked shirt.
But I would never call you a grandpa. Your kids are grown. It's not like me. I get it every day. I get it every time I'm out with my son. Every time.
But it was the first time it had ever been said, and it stopped me in my tracks.
Also, he's talking about a bowler in what era?
Well, the 50s.
Yeah. So
he's an old soul.
Yeah,
he's
not
always been an
I
old
just saw
soul.
this thing on cable. No, he's like,
bowling for me, of all the activities, even when I've golfed and when I played hockey, and this is since I've been in my 20s, whenever I bowled, bowling is, that is a strain on the right arm when you're bowling. I mean, you're always kind of like, I always feel like if I bowl a lot, like I spend the evening and I haven't done it in a while, I always feel like all my tendons are stretched.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. And
right?
also, I mean, if it's a real heavy ball, if you bowl with like a 16-pound ball, think you're picking up 16 pounds essentially with 3 fingers.
But it's a reference.
Hold on. What the?
That's not good.
Mike, your hair was all poofy. Yeah. You didn't want to distract you.
God damn it.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, my God. Met a lady at flag football that comes to people's houses, though. One of the grandparents of the kids comes to people's houses. Experienced hair cutter. Going to be taking advantage in the new year. Amen.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I don't think so. I think it'll be fine.
If they go sideways, you're going to have to see them all the time.
Did she call herself a stylist or a hair cutter?
Stylist.
Okay, that's better.
A stylist.
I'm an experienced hair cutter.
Yes.
A hair cutter.
Mike,
barber.
Yeah. Barber.
The reason why people always refer to you as grandpa is because you just surround yourself with young people, including your wife.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true. I get it all the time. I get an occasional, when I get the look that is not making a statement, and it doesn't happen with the old guys. It's like, you'll get the, oh, how about that? And you kind of get a little nod like that. But like with people, 20-something guys, 20-something guys in like a golf pro shop or something like this, like, and I'll get that. Do you have a little glove for my son? And if it's somebody I haven't dealt with before. This one over here? Like he points to the kid. Yes, my son. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Speaking of my son, I'm the only one in the house with him right now. Michael, you all right? All right. I don't smell smoke. Good. That's
I'm sure he's gaming, yes?
Oh, my God. We got to take a break. We got to take a break and do something. I'm not quite sure. I'll come back and figure it out. That's what we do occasionally.
I have a prediction.
We have one more break and then Soundtown.
Yes, exactly. Then we'll take a trip to Soundtown.
I got totally confused because of the wonderful talking head today. And Rob, I'm sorry I accused you of drinking heavily when you weren't, but you can make up for it tonight. We'll be right back.
This is Christmas time, and all the kinder are getting around the trees and stuff and things and getting the presents. I'd like to take this opportunity to say happy holidays to all the children and the parents and all the people that get so angry trying to find the parking spots and stuff at the malls. And all the good stuff that goes along with that, and remind everyone that I'm in a movie that is centered around the Christmas holiday called Jingle All the Way, and it's about the Turbo Man doll and lots of the fun that I do with the Sinbad and things. Happy holidays from me, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Everybody does Arnold, right? Everybody does the Arnold impression. I just like my own because it's not that good, but it's fun. And
I love when he incorporates just a little German.
You write most of them, so
that's
the way it goes. To Kinda. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Aura. The way you use internet has changed dramatically over the last decade. Sadly, security tools have mostly stayed in one place. Aura provides complete digital security to help protect your online accounts, finances, and devices, and much more, all in one easy-to-use app. Aura provides digital security protection to keep you safe from online threats. It's all-in-one protection from identity theft, financial fraud, malware, scam sites, and so much more. With Aura, you'll get alerted to fraud and threats fast, like if your accounts or passwords were leaked online, or if someone tries to open a bank account in your name. Aura is there, and all plans come with $1 million in identity theft insurance to help recover your stolen funds. Plus, Aura is easy to set up and has experienced U.S.-based customer support that's got your back. I use Aura, and I love it. Aura is a new type of security service that protects all of your online information and devices with one simple subscription. Aura keeps you in control and guides you through solving any issues. For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners up to 40% off plans when you visit aura.com/TMOS. Go to aura.com/TMOS to get complete protection and savings of up to 40%. That's AURA.com/TMOS. And I wanted to throw in a plug for a wonderful advertiser, Liquid IV. They've been with us for a long time. And I'm living on the immune stuff.
That's the tangerine, right?
Yeah, I think it's tangerine.
Not
It's
only one of the
fantastic.
best flavors, it actually keeps you well. It's the best. It's so good. I love their product.
Therapy, Mr. Pears. Yes, sir. Oscar came in today before the show and said, beware of the statement, remind me to pay you back. And listen, a lot of things, Oscar, as we know on this show, can be quite the pain in the ass. But it does sound to me like when he shares his home life experiences, it seems like, Rob, that he gets a little bit of, I don't want to call it abuse, but he's certainly
I feel
his little brother syndrome.
Yeah, little brother
I love he's definitely seated at the little table for much of his life. But
Right.
you're spot on with the pain in the ass comment, but I would also say one of his most outstanding characteristics and most glaring characteristics is generosity. And I think that is a wonderful thing. I think all three of us essentially are givers, and I think his family takes advantage of this.
Yes.
Because when you take generosity
I let 'em.
mixed with a family of takers, they're going to abuse it.
My giving nature, though, is, I think, completely counterbalanced by my bitching nature.
Oh, I'm not saying. I think we have a perfect balance. Yeah,
I give and I love giving. I mean, this holiday is that's all I care about,
right?
For my little man. But when you said remind me to pay you back, that is a horrible thing to. Not only it's making you pony up for somebody, and then go through the ordeal of having to ask for the money back.
It puts the onus.
Not only it sounds like somebody's absconding from their responsibility.
I would rather.
Right?
This is
exactly
what
what it is.
I mentioned that my mom will have me buy presents for the people I love, and I'm never gonna. I'm not expecting my mom to ever pay. I'm not asking my mom for money.
Right.
I'm just buying another set of presents. Fine. I'm okay with that, and I would prefer that other than what I went through this weekend when I called my sister. She said, "What are you doing?" I said,
"The war continues."
I'm picking up some presents, some last minute presents, just in case some of the stuff doesn't get to LA on time."
When you picked up the phone, did you say, "Hey, it's me, the guy from the Chick-fil-A story"?
No, I'm at what's that? Oh, God damn it! It's like place
the Pleasure Chest.
No, Vineyard Vines.
Yeah, Vineyard Vines.
Vineyard Vines, very high end,
super expensive.
Leisure
Shocker,
wear.
my nephew, that's what he wears.
Yep.
So
all of Robert's shirts cost more than my entire wardrobe.
I don't own a single Vineyard Vines shirt, but my nephew.
I own Vineyard Vines swim trunks.
So, Mike, as you should, you're a man of means.
Do you know who endorses Vineyard Vines?
Who?
Jim Nance.
He does?
Yes, he does.
Yes, as a matter of fact, he may have his own clothing line.
Good for him.
A tradition unlike any other. I dressed like, and I'm sure that's what Jim Vance dresses like when he's not wearing Nance. Sorry, Jim Vance, former deceased anchor at Channel 4. Go ahead, I'll shut up.
Mike, so she says, "Oh, what are you getting?" I said, "Oh, I got this little I guess this something for Boston," and she's like, I'm not going to have time to go shopping for everybody. So when you're out there, since you're there, pick up something for Shannon and Sebastian. Like she's rolling off names for me, and remind me to pay you back.
That is the worst.
All right, let me ask this. Let me ask this.
Oh my God!
And no one would know this better than you.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Because I know I have had physicians in my family. My uncle was a doctor. My cousin is a doctor. I've never picked up on it with my cousin, and my uncle's not around anymore. But the question is there a level of entitlement that comes with the, for example, the idea of going out and doing, is beneath them to do.
No, this is, and
I'm so scary busy saving lives.
Mike, it could be. But I think this is strictly little brother syndrome, where I said, wait, so you want me to, because I'm not going to just take it. I got to give some lip back.
Sure.
I said, so you're saying this is, we're 6 days out from Christmas, that you want me to do your Christmas shopping for you. And she said, well, yeah, I'm just not going to have to. I said, no, I know the bit. We get there, everybody's done their shopping except for you, and then we all have to go to the mall together so you can do your shopping. That's the bit every year.
Oh, it's the worst.
And she said, no, it's not. And I'm sitting here, I was like, I live it, It's like an inside joke in our family. We're like, all right, we're gonna go to the mall on the.
So you're coming clean. You're laying it out. You're giving her both barrels.
This is what you do on a regular basis. And she goes, really? I said, yeah. When we were in Orlando, I know we're going to the Mall of Millennium. Like, that's what it is. That's what's going to happen on the 23rd. Everyone doesn't plan anything because it's going to be a panic. We need to buy stuff, and it's you. So, because you just wait till the last minute.
Wow.
So what did she say to that?
She said, well, I didn't do it last year. And I said, we weren't in Los Angeles last year. We were on Zoom. And some of your stuff got there late. So that's what it was.
Oh, so you're flying to L.A., though, right?
Yes, I am. I said so.
Is the whole family going to L.A. this year?
My mom and dad are everyone's.
Everybody's going to be in L.A.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Wow.
And because she hosts, this is where she goes, but I'm hosting every year. I said.
Oh, that's a weak sauce reply.
I said, please, all we want for Christmas is peace. That's all we want. If there's not an ornament up or a stocking, no one cares. Like we were just looking at the ocean the entire time because
is she getting overly uptight? Is that what this is all about?
Because now I'm giving it back to her. And I said, and I was like, look, I'm in the middle of this GED store where a T-shirt costs $60 for a toddler. What do you want me to get? Like, I finally get past that. And then she's like, can you FaceTime me so I can look at what you're going to pick up? I said, absolutely not. This is a bridge too far. Where else do you need me to go? And she's like, well, we need to go to Athleta for Lauren and like this. And I'm like, are you walking with me? Just text me where you are. Like, and mind you, I do live a block from all the stores.
Let me ask this. When she's doing this with you, is she like in scrubs or something?
No,
is she at a doctor's office?
She's in her cartoon-sized kitchen on a peninsula looking at the Pacific Ocean.
Does she have cotton between her toes painting her nails?
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
So I get home with all the stuff, and Shannon's like, what is that? I said, well, Tati needed this. She goes, well, fine. We're not going to the mall again. This whole bit is over if you've done the shopping.
Yeah.
And I said,
are you going to have to ship the stuff, or are you bringing it on the plane with you?
I have to go to my parents' house and get another piece of luggage to fit all the stuff.
Well, at least baggage is free.
Jesus Christ. But the killer was this. The text. She's like, thank you for, because you get the big thank you once you're like, I got everything.
Right.
And 2.5 hours later, and she says, please send, like, Venmo requests me the bill, or else I'm going to forget to pay you back. That way, like, you have reminded me. And I said, is that, I've done enough already. What about when I land, be like, hey, let's take care of this right now. Here's what you need.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, I know you've done almost everything.
Yeah, but now.
But if you could do a little more.
Now I got to set up an invoice.
Yeah.
Now I got to set up an invoice to invoice
She's
my
actually
sister.
telling you to enumerate the the items
if
that were
you
purchased.
could itemize it, would be great.
Just PayPal me and then pop $500 on top of it.
Exactly.
No, because this is another thing. I know my sister. She's a receipts sister. Like, she's going to want receipts.
She'll want all the receipts for taking stuff back.
Meticulous.
It sounds like you're going to have a pretty good holiday,
it's
though.
gonna
be fun.
That should be. How long are
If
you going to be
anybody
out?
wants to meet up in L.A., please drag me out of the house. We'll wear masks.
Catherine,
We'll hang
take
out.
Oscar out for a drink.
Oh, she'll
I
be
don't
there.
know.
I didn't know that.
Well, I don't know if she is. I haven't double checked yet. So, Father of the Year. I don't know whether she's going to be on the East or the West Coast. I don't know.
But she's somewhere.
Do you not
Yeah,
send your
she's-
kids presents anymore now that they're in their 20s?
Their present was received on departure for Thanksgiving. They
I like it.
both received the departure. It's the gift that always gives, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what they get. Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
not a Whitman sampler?
Not a Whitman sampler. That's it. We have to take a break, and when we come back, Soundtown. We're going to take a trip down to Soundtown. And don't forget, tonight, we're all coming back to this very location at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the TMOS Holiday Jingle Jangle-tacular.
Jingle Ball.
That's it. Jingle Ball.
Love your families.
Right.
Yes.
Love your families. Can you pay me back? Anyway, we'll be right back, everybody.
Hi there. This is Jeff Goldblum. And you might wonder, what do I have as a holiday tradition in my house? I'll tell you what it is. It's really, really kind of special. We gather around get an old-style 1970s fondue dish, and we dip hard candy in it. Yeah. It's for example, like a candy cane mint, those striped things. They make amazing patterns in the fondue oil. Happy holidays from the Goldblum family to yours. Yeah, I know it's weird, but so am I.
Thank you, Jeff. I don't remember doing that one.
Mike, they're only a year old.
Hey, even in the best schools, your child probably isn't getting the one-to-one teaching that they need to reach their full potential. In a classroom with dozens of kids, teachers just don't have the time to customize their approach. At Baiju's Future School, students receive personalized attention and a world-class learning experience completely online to supplement their in-person school education. Baiju's math and music courses help build a foundation of knowledge and self-confidence. And with Baiju's coding course, students get the fundamentals of coding through their favorite games, like Roblox and Minecraft. They have tons of fun while learning about the technology that makes games, apps, and cryptocurrencies possible. Oscar enrolled his nephew, and he's loving it, and his sister's going to pay him back for that. Join the millions.
The other sister.
You just
the other sister.
But you got to remind her.
Yeah.
Join the millions of parents accelerating their kids' learning today. Your child can build their own Minecraft character in the first 4 weeks. Visit Baijus.com/podcast to enroll in your first 4 classes. A $99 value for just $9.99. That's 4 classes for just $9.99 at byjus.com/podcast. Do it, ladies and gentlemen. And now, without further ado,
did you hear that?
Listen, what's that sound?
The big sound in the Big Ten.
The sound.
There's a new sound. Sound.
What a sound. Sound. That's the sound.
Soundtown.
Mike, as you mentioned, this is the last regular show of calendar year 2021.
By 2021, by Suck It 2021.
I get to play my once-a-year favorite tape.
Bob Hope.
As a brief setting of the table, every year when Bob Hope would do his Christmas special, one of the things he would do was introduce the players of the AP All-America football team.
Great American tradition for years and years, till about 50 years ago.
And 1983 on the AP All-America football team was college year for William Perry, William Refrigerator Perry from from the Chicago Bears.
Massive lineman, famous lineman when the Bears were the Bears.
Yes.
And how far they have fallen, unfortunately, just like my New York Giants.
But he was a great player, just not really good with the cue cards.
William Perry, middle guard, Clemson University.
Bill Perry. Did the bus come in you?
He's huge.
Bill Perry, all 320 pounds of him. Bill, how'd you get to be 320 pounds?
When I got to be 324 pounds.
Let's take your time, that's all right.
Oh.
Bill Perry, all 320 pounds of him. Bill tells me he was even big when he was little. Now that he's big, he's even bigger.
But when I got...
Wait a minute, Bill. You know we'll do? We'll use the first one anyway because it was so damn funny, you know? Bill, how did you get to be 320 pounds?
Well, when I got to 320...
Let's take it. Take it from where you come in, Bill, huh?
No.
Go ahead, rock the stadium again. Come in, Earthquake. Come in, Bill.
William Perry, middle guard, Clemson University.
Yes, sir. Bill Perry, all 320 pounds of him. Bill tells me he was even big when he was little. And now that he's big, he's even bigger. Bill, how did you get to be 320 pounds?
But when I got on the diet, I was 324. Well, when I got to be 324 pounds, I went on a diet.
Well, I'm sure you feel better with all that weight on.
I want to tell you.
Oh, it's so great.
I'm Bob Hope. Yes, yeah. And what was great is because it was something different, you know?
It was.
Really, that standard patter was, it wasn't always slapnuts funny.
No,
but,
I just love that. Anyway, Mike, Florida man escorted off a United flight because instead of wearing a mask, he was wearing women's underwear on his face.
Oh. What a state, what a state.
Mike?
What a state.
His name is Adam Jenny. They were red. They looked to be of a thong-style cut. Oh. And after he was escorted off, he was upset.
There's nothing more absurd than having to wear a mask till I get to cruising altitude so that I can order Tito's by the double and snack on pretzels, and illustrating that absurdity by wearing women's underwear on my face. Sounds perfect.
Sounds perfect.
Also, can you tell if Tito's is in your explanation, then you may want to look in the mirror. There may be some other issues at play.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just insane. It's insane. And, and even that Southwest guy, right? The CEO that said masks aren't really, it's overkill. God, what's wrong with people? Come on.
That belongs on a mango. That's where
he
that
was
belongs.
big when he was little.
That's right. Hey, shut up, Bill. Quiet, Bill.
Come
Not
on,
yet, Bill.
Earthquake. Yeah.
What he calls him Bill.
Bill. Come on in, Bill.
Okay, let's close with this, Mike. This lady has a Ring doorbell. What she doesn't have are her keys. So she's hoping that her roommate will let her in. But she's been overserved.
Yeah, let me in. Hey. Hey. Let me in. I'm about to fall. Let me in.
But the good news is, Mike,
down goes Frasier.
The good news is I did wake up and let Garry in.
Can I hear it one more time?
Of course,
please?
let's do that.
What a great tape to end. Here we go.
Hey.
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 I think when she goes down.
Let me in. I'm about to fall.
I'm going to fall.
Let me in.
Mike, that's all I got. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Now leaving SoundCloud.
Oh, that's awesome.
Come again.
Hey, everybody. Please join us tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for our holiday spectacular. It's not a pay-per-view show, so everybody's welcome to join us. We're a free bonus show. We'll have the whole family here, and it should be a lot of fun. If you're not able to join us, let me just say it's been a great year. Here's to a wonderful 2022. We will be back in March. No, I'm kidding, of course. For Robb Spivak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next year, everybody. Bye-bye.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Where's that money, you silly, stupid old fool? You realize what this means? It means bankruptcy and scandal and prison. Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter! Happy New Year to you! In jail. Go on home, they're waiting for you. You
Why, we'd love to have Santa Claus come and stay with us. I think it would be simply charming.
All right, I'm not going to end the year with that sloppy, crappy board work.
We're still
Let
on
me
the
play
air.
the Mr. Potter. Yeah, we are. That's fine.
that's
I'll
fine.
end it. I'm going to end it with the play the tape the way it's meant to be played. This is when George Bailey runs by Mr. Potter's office after he discovers that he's alive or whatever the hell it is.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter! Happy New Year to you! In jail. Go on home, they're waiting for you. You dick!
And they mixed it with Spicoli there, and then there's Mrs. Shellmahammer.
Yeah. Hello! Why, we'd love to have Santa Claus come and stay with us. I think it would be simply charming.
Simply charming. Did you like that? Okay. Merry Christmas. Good night.